we can be together worshiping God. I have a question for all of you, and I was wondering if you guys know what this is. You recognize it? Of course, Audrey does, but I was thinking about the rest of you. Do you know what this stands for? Okay. This is what it stands for. Now, do you recognize it?
No.
Well, I'm glad I didn't either until Audrey gave me this assignment. And it's something that we all need to think about, but we don't normally talk about this. And so I want to know if you are interested in improving your health. Okay. The number one cause of death is heart attack. And that can include women also. And so how do we prevent heart attacks from happening?
Lower blood pressure.
What's that?
Lower your blood pressure.
Uh-huh. Yes?
Can I see that word again? I didn't catch that. Isn't that, I've seen that word before.
You've seen the word before, okay.
It's in our dishwashing soap.
All right, well, that's better than I was, okay. Well, there's different things we can do. We already know that to help prevent heart attacks. Can you give me some ideas of what we can do?
Or
Exercise regularly.
What's that?
Exercise regularly.
Exercise, yes, that's very important. What about how we eat? Do you think that has an impact? I think it does.
Hydrate.
What's that?
Water.
Hydrate. Drink water.
Yes, very important to hydrate. It's really an all-around picture, isn't it? But one way to prevent it from happening is to prevent TMAO, that's what I'm calling it, from entering into our bloodstream. And the way that this happens is those with the highest level of TMAO have way more heart attacks. They don't talk about this a lot, but it's important to recognize. This substance, TMAO, those with the highest levels are way more likely to have heart attacks, and this toxic chemical is not something that should be found in healthy human blood. So we shouldn't have any of it in our bodies. So how do we get rid of it? It is found in high concentrations in red meat. After eating a steak, the blood level of TMAO shoots up. And if you're not aware of that, there are certain bacteria in our gut that will try to wipe it out. And usually you have to have a short course of antibiotics to get rid of TMAO. So if you want to eat a steak, then you should have some antibiotics afterwards. And I don't think too many people want to do that because that's not healthy for you either. But that's one way to get rid of it. Interestingly, we can feed a steak to a vegan person if they're willing to eat it. And there is no TMAO produced at all. Now that doesn't mean that if they kept eating steaks, they would have no TMAO. That wouldn't work. And have you heard of energy drinks? How many people do you know that use those? I know someone too. And we aren't even aware that they also, and certain athletic supplements, produce TMAO with regular use. So it's just a very important thing to realize and help people with. If they're drinking a lot of energy drinks, it'd be good to at least let them know this isn't the healthiest way to go. So why not substitute chicken, turkey, or fish for red meat? Because choline is a substance found in very high amounts in the white meat as well as in dairy products and eggs. And choline can actually eventually be transformed to TMA. Also, TMAO production is the underlying reason that atherosclerotic heart disease is correlated. So with diets high in meat, eggs, and dairy products, we have more atherosclerotic disease. Do you know what that is, don't you? I'm sure you've heard of it, but it's not something we want happening in our bodies. So what do we do? This is a question every person must make for themselves. But the original diet God gave us sounds like the best deal we have. And thank you, and part 2 will be next month.